close to Rubicon. Wake the dog up.
Commencing evaluation. Laser.
Dear God, do I love this game so much. Those of you that know me know that I'm a huge fan of everything developed by From Software, but it was 100% because of the Souls-like games that they produce. Dark Souls, Sekiro, and Elden Ring. I had never even heard of Armored Core until I saw the announcement trailer, but was immediately hyped for it. I was skeptical going in though, as the developers kept reiterating before release that this is not a Souls game. And they were right, it's not a Souls game. But what it is just as good in my opinion. If High Octane were a game, it would be Armored Core 6. I cannot get enough of this combat. You would think that a giant robot mech with 4 different guns mounted to it would be slow and clunky to handle. And for the most part in this genre, they are. But From Software somehow were able to make these things not only agile as hell, but also immensely intuitive to control. And in a game that mainly revolves around dodging rockets homing in on you at the speed of fast, these movement mechanics really get their space to shine. But the movement is only a part of the story, and the gigantic onslaught of weapon and mech choices available to the player rounds out the rest of it. You have every weapon you can possibly think of. You have shotguns, assault rifles, battle rifles, grenade launchers, rocket launchers, homing missiles firing forward, homing missiles firing upward, homing missiles firing sideways even, and you can mix and match everything here to kit yourself out with an arsenal that you enjoy playing. And that's just the weapons. All the other pieces of mechanical debauchery that you can swap out on your mechs make a huge difference in how you are able to approach missions. And it's all due to the ingenious balancing of stats that accompany all the pieces. So you're limited by 2 things when you make your own gigantic robot of destruction. You're limited by its weight and its energy consumption. And every single piece of gear that you choose directly affects these 2 things. Giant tank tread legs increase your total weight that you can have on your mech, so you can load up 4 of the heaviest and beefiest weapons in the game and go to town, but that also means you're going to be chewing through energy really fast, so you're actually going to be quite slow on the battlefield and a bit of an easy target. You could opt for some slightly lighter legs and some smaller arms to get your movement speed back up, but now those gigantic Giga Bazookas are going to be too heavy for you. So now you have to swap them out for something lighter, maybe something that slows the enemies so your added movement speed can really stand out. But wait, that puts you slightly over the energy consumption limit. No good. So now maybe you go back and you change your helmet, and you give yourself a little bit more wiggle room as far as energy goes, but slightly reduce your lock-on distance, and you can quickly see how customizing parts of your mech is something that you can and will spend hours doing, especially when you have so many options. With 11 different slots to equip things, and some slots having 50 plus items to choose from, there are millions of different combinations for you to discover in AC6, with every decision directly affecting your personal playstyle and your mech's performance. With those kind of odds, it's likely that no 2-player created mechs will ever play or be the exact same. Unless you're using a build guide or something, but don't do that. The satisfaction that you get when you spend an hour min-maxing a build that just barely makes it under the weight limit, and similarly just barely passes the energy limit, is unmatched in any other title that came out this year. You will tear through a level as if you were some futuristic cyberpunk god, leaving the sounds of hydraulics and lock-on warnings in your wake. More than anything, Armored Core 6 taught me that there is beauty and reward in the limitations that games put on us. It is directly because of the limitations that FromSoft so neatly wrapped us in that forces us into making incredibly interesting and impactful decisions with every mech that we choose to craft.